Oh, it's preparing to going. We are live. Welcome to That Smoke Show, episode number 27, I believe. I'm your host, Wes Injun, and I'd like to welcome Brandon Russ. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing excellent. I am just chilling in Chicago right now. I had some meetings with Dr. George and we're planning on doing some things in Oklahoma. So hopefully they all manifest and that happens. How's everybody else doing?
Good, man.
Awesome. So welcome, Kanatai. How you been?
Good, man. Just hanging out.
Awesome. And we have the American one joining us. I'm not sure if he's got his sound sorted yet, but
yes. Hello, Wes, Russ,
big up.
Brandon, Kanatai Seeds, and everyone in chat. I'm the American one. Good to be hanging with everyone. I hope everyone had a good Monday, Tuesday, getting over the hump day.
Right. Yeah.
So for the show, you're telling a pretty good story there, American one, about moving your grow there. You want to give a little rundown on that for the people who weren't here?
I could do that again. So yeah, it was a landlord visit, and he might have to come shut the water off because he was fixing the toilet bowl up in the upstairs apartment. So I took down everything I had. I packed away all the plants in some totes, put them in other rooms and closets. I took down all my tents, cleaned up the basement, cleaned up everything. I mean, like I was saying, I could drop a piece of gum and pick it up and chew it almost. And of course, after all that, he didn't have to come down here. He didn't even bother breaking into our part of the house. But it's better to be safe than arrested or kicked out of my house. So, I signed up for it. So it's always good though, because like I say, every time that happens, and it's been multiple times, everything gets clean. It's like a reset, a restart, and I was actually pretty impressed how clean it was behind it, like everything. But yeah, so I'm back putting everything back together, and yeah, it feels good, even though it was like hectic for 3 days and whatnot. And then, the stress of it even just happening and coming in, when it's when you have a week or so, it's different, like it was like a 3-day thing.
Yeah, I remember way back in Prohibition time, one time we had me and a bunch of buddies went in and we got a house together and we set it up, and the landlord, he kind of got realized what was going down, and so he gave us 24 hours that he's going to give us a walkthrough, and we had to break down that entire grow, put it up in the ceiling and the floors, anywhere we could fucking stash it. It was never quite right after that. It stunted so hard after that, but we got her finished. We brought her back down. She a couple weeks and she was back on track.
Yeah, and like I was saying, it's winter time, so it was below freezing. So it's good. Like when it was like springish, I put them in the garage area, which was copacetic. But when it's freezing like that, I couldn't do it. They would have got beat down. So I killed off a whole bunch, but I kept more than I needed of everything, so that felt good. But it's still going to be a little hiccup in the production, but it's all good. Nice. Yeah, knock on wood.
Nice. Can you talk about what you're out doing there in Chicago, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm actually out here. This is where NASA Agricultural Technologies, their office is at, and so I travel out here to have meetings with Dr. George. He's my mentor. He owns NASA Agricultural Technologies. He's the one who developed the humate fertilizer that I sell.
Cool.
But we've been planning on building a factory in Oklahoma. And then we also have some other stuff. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the NutriPot, which is it's basically a manure based pot. It's a compostable pot that has the humate fertilizer in it, and so it can be used as a replacement for single use plastics, where you have a plant
That's
in
awesome.
there. You just plant that directly into the ground. It releases all that fertilizer right at the root zone where it needs it, and so it's essentially a pot that is also the way that the plant is fertilized, and it's all carbon based. It's all biodegradable. And there is a huge market in places like Dubai, Nigeria, and all over the world. So we have been talking about getting the manufacturing facilities for that set up, because they have, Dr. George is telling me that they're working with some people in Dubai, and they'll buy, they're super, super wealthy. I mean, extremely wealthy over there. And they probably will purchase, $1 billion worth of these cups. And so we're looking at trying to set up all the manufacturing and just kind of start the production on that. And so I come out here and we have meetings and we talk about, distribution strategies. I learn science, whatever I can from George while I'm here. And we just kind of plan on what to do next. So Dr. George is, he's pretty old. He's probably about 91 now, and he's not as mobile. And so I'm kind of taking up the torch, being, acting as somebody that can go and meet people or fly to different areas of the world if need be. And so I'm just taking on a greater role and responsibility within NASA Agricultural Technologies. I'm now the sales and marketing executive for the company, which is great because I'm going to continue to do what I do, and it gives me more position in the company, and it's a good feeling, knowing that all the stuff that I've been working on is kind of coming to fruition.
Nice. That's fucking cool. That is cool, man. And Canada, what you got going on these days, brother?
Making beans, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I got right now we got it here. I got some Freaky Fuel. The beans are probably about 3 weeks out, and it's the Freaky Fuel knocked up with that Buddha Massive that I got from the temple.
Nice.
And also I've got the one hitter quitter male that was just so stank. I actually got that onto a Freaky Fuel, a different pheno. It's like a gas can, man. It's just really, I don't know. It just come out stank, and so that's gonna probably be really good. I think. Pretty sure it's gonna be stank, because that the one hitter quitter, that male was probably one of the stinkiest males I had in years. You could get a fingerful of pollen and rub it. It's freak. Love that. It's a good sign. And then a couple other little things that are basically like little home stuff that's going to stay here, that I can work with.
Yeah.
For us.
I got my Big Sur Holy. That's about to I'm about to do an open pollination of that and create a bunch of beans off of that. And I'm going to put a bunch of other cuts in there just to get a few different off spins. So we'll see where they go. I'll probably give a bunch of those away here on the show just to listeners or whatever.
Hell yeah. That's what I used to do back home. I just snatch up whatever, pick out one of the males I wanted to rock, and I go to go back to Sonoma County to like Organic Hand. That's where I go, because it was always, they wouldn't accept any cuts unless they were off the hook, basically. So I go there and I'd swipe up like whatever I just like, what's the eaters, what's the new, stuff that's
New.
hitting. And then I just go swipe up like whatever, 5 or 6 different cultivars are off the hook, get like 6, half a dozen clones of each, and then just go do your thing. And man, that was fun. You come out with a lot of cool stuff that way. Sometimes, I've also dumped complete lines out after testing and getting the results, and just like took all the beans and just dumped them out my bedroom window on the ground. So I was like, no, back to the drawing board, none of that.
Here's some bird seed.
Yep, that's right. Stuff that I wouldn't really want. I don't know. Like if somebody pull out a bag and twist one up, I wouldn't want to smoke that. So I don't want to give it out because I don't think somebody else would want to smoke it. That's how I don't know. But everybody's palate's different.
That is true. That is true. So what one likes is not the same as another. So I mean, there's been stuff that I've been repulsed by. The people are like, that is my jam, and I'm just like, okay. Yeah, man.
Get my key code in. I can't hear for a minute there.
Yeah, man. So what else? Everybody got it going on? Anybody got anything interesting they want to talk about?
I got I just harvested, I guess. Yeah, harvested a seed run, and they're curing and drying and whatnot of more amiaces, more of that blue violet Beauregard. It's blueberry by cheesequake, and I made some time wreck by cheesequake that I'm gonna
Nice.
gift out as freebies in honor of Subcool, because they're both his, and the male and the time wreck. I got the time wreck female is awesome, and I got I made time wreck by blueberry, a blueberry male from AKB Brains, and that shit was just legit. So I'm gonna use.
Good work.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he really
Yeah, he
does.
does.
I'm gonna
Yeah, he
use a male from that selection because it's really awesome.
Oh.
And actually, I here's one of my totes that's full with I still have to. I got him under the light. I guess I could. This is still HPS down here because I'm using a 1,000 watt for heat.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I do miss the I used to run 600s, but I do miss the light bulbs in the winter.
yeah, it definitely helps.
It-
Down here
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, even if I sometimes I've thought about putting just one up for just for heat and different.
So yeah, and what else is new is from EK Bean Brains, I found this a freebie pack in when I was going through my seeds of what I was gonna maybe look at next, and it was labeled Sensi Star /RKS, which I'm believing is some sort of roadkill skunk. And it was, labeled freebie. So when I saw that, I'm like, I'm gonna have to look into this because everybody's talking about that Death Star, or at least Captain 420 loves talking about Death Star. And I think that's part Sensi Star. So I think that whatever has potential. I'm gonna take a look at it.
So
Death Star
Sour
yeah,
Diesel and
Star
Sensi
and-
Star is
Yeah.
Death Star. Death Star Sour D times Sensi Star. I remember because I was growing Sensi Star and Sour D when that came
Is
out.
Sensi
and it was
Star
like,
good shit? Straight up?
yeah, dude, it's really good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really,
it
it's
is.
really
Yeah,
good.
Awesome. I had a feeling that might be a real pack. I have 2 males and 1 female out of there that's alive and kicking still. So I'm gonna see what happens with that.
Yeah, that Death Star, if it's the Death Star cut, it's got phenomenal nose. It's one of those types of varieties that when you open up a jar, dude, it just fucking smacks you in the face.
Beauty.
Yeah, I got the Sensi Star part of it with cross the roadkill skunk. So we'll see. And other than that, I got all my old standards and favorites that I'm keeping going. And I did do a little as soon seeds were falling out when I was harvesting. So I just put them in the soil. I have like 3 amiaces and this I hit a chocolate tie with some of the cheesequake. And the chocolate tie had no real chocolate flavor on it, but it was a good high and shit. So I'm like, I'll hit it up and see what happens. I still have it if I need it to keep You know, if this turns out really good, I'll keep it. If it doesn't turn out really good, I'm going to ditch that one and move on. But yeah, that's what I got going on over here right now.
I'm about to. I ordered some little 2x2s and a couple more small LED lights just for my my home grow because I've just recently bought a house and I haven't set up my I have like a 12x12 shed out, but I haven't set it up yet. So I just been growing in one of the bedrooms and I got a couple of tents and stuff in there. I'm gonna be popping a bunch of just random stuff. I have just a ridiculous amount of stuff to go through. I'll probably never be able to get through all of it in my lifetime, but I'm gonna try.
It's amazing how many beans you collect over the years, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, I keep believing there'll be a time where an acre will be available and there will be no rules or laws and you could just go haywire. And if it doesn't happen, I'll just go take a walk in the woods somewhere and just clear.
You gotta go to Oklahoma for that.
Yeah, I
Come to
guess.
Thailand for that right now. What are you
Yeah,
talking
well,
about?
There you
yeah,
go.
Thai is pretty good. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, maybe I'll just keep sending potent shit to go through, and then that's what I'll do.
Then you know it's gonna.
Yeah, it seems to be an easy out at the moment. Just send stuff to Potent.
Yeah. Welcome, Infamous.
How's it going, brother?
How you guys doing? How's
Doing well,
everyone?
man.
Good.
Hope everyone's well.
So what you got going on these days, Infamous?
Nothing. I
How'd-
got
how'd the
new
move go?
staff and I'm training. I had Potent and Canada were down this past week.
Nice.
The hash making expeditions have begun, so that's been exciting times and something new to play with. So yeah, that's what's going on. Nothing too out of the world or anything. I hope everything is good with everyone. It's been a minute. Feels like forever since there was a show. Missing just 1 week.
Yeah, man. Yeah, sorry about that. It was all me, man. I ruined it.
You ruined it.
I ruined it. My boss was like, dude, I fucked up big time. He's like, he's like, you're the only person I could call. He's like, you gotta go get this done. I was like working in the middle of the night that night. Like,
Ouch.
yeah. But
Yeah, no, things are funny in Thailand right now. I've like switched my focus on like serving customers for the shop directly, like just going like straight retail. And man, it's been like great reception, but fuck me, it's that much more work. God damn, it's like little orders all day versus a few big orders, which is obviously ideal. But God damn. It's yeah, I need someone to like focus on that alone. So I'm trying to build a team here. So hopefully over the next little while you'll see me develop and train a few people. So yeah, exciting times. Thailand.
They say good help is hard to find.
But I don't know if anyone's seen it. There's like this cannabis advocate called Kitty Chopaka, and she's like pretty deep in the know about what's going on here in Thailand. And she predicts that the fucking whole thing is gonna go south real fast, real soon, when the government changes here in July. She thinks that everything that's been set up by this government will be fucking, these are the same people that lined up drug dealers.
but it seems like a good portion of the public has gotten aboard. Like, so like even if the government comes in, can they really do anything about it?
It's gonna be hard to pull back.
Yeah, once you've let it out, a toothpaste, squeeze the toothpaste out of the tube, it's hard to get it back in, but they will every now and then.
I mean, that's how I explained, what's happening in Oklahoma, where they allowed it to be easy to enter, which is great. It was open economy. It was really kind of hands off. And now they're trying to like overregulate and tax and all this other stuff. And it's like, look, none of that is going to be work in any of the state's favor, because you guys let the cat out of the box. It's like the people of Oklahoma are going to do whatever the hell they want. Everybody here has guns. Everybody hates the government. They're all Republican, and they're going to say, fuck you. You know what I mean? And if you have fucking 7,500 farms that are all just like, yeah, screw it. Screw you guys. I mean, there's nothing that they can do. I mean, they can't even enforce the laws with the staff that they already have. You know, and it's like, I try to explain, look, you can't come in and overregulate, because then you're just going to open up the black market. Everybody will just go back to the traditional market.
Basically what happened up here. Everybody
Yeah.
went to see what a store was like for 5 minutes and then went back to their normal guy. Because his was better usually anyways.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most important thing. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Are those, is that bubble or sift?
it's bubble, sir. It is bubble.
And I haven't had any bubble hash in a minute. It's been probably, man, it's probably been a couple years since I had some good bubble hash.
Yeah, it's I did the whole washing machine thing, so I fucking bought a new toy and played with that. And so that's the product of that.
There's not a whole lot of people making traditional hash out here in Oklahoma. It's hard to find. I don't ever see it, you know.
My favorite.
But it's my favorite kind of hash.
Yeah. Agreed.
Dry sift or bubble?
I like dry sift
Bubble
better.
hash. I like bubble hash.
I like bubble hash too. You know, I don't think I've had super duper quality dry sift though. I've never made super duper quality dry sift, but I tell you what, a couple of them washing machine bubble runs, dude, the shit was tight, on par for anything, I would say, man. At least 2 of the runs were just fucking, melt, just crazy. Beautiful. A couple of them not so good, but a couple of them like, wow, man, this fucking shit is the shit.
Dude, that shit I made was fucking super clean. We were like throwing it in the dab rig
Nice.
and just fucking dabbing that shit, and it just fucking melted out. It was fire.
That's the way. That's what fire is. That's what, like, yeah. If it leaves your dab rig dirty, then it's not as great as it could be. But
Yeah.
it should be dab riggable.
Shit.
Man,
Is it fucking cold where everyone is? Speaking of hash,
It's been cold here. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up. I guess tomorrow we might hit 50, but at night it goes down. It might hit 20 again overnight, supposedly.
We had a little bit of weather, but and Oklahoma for the most part is pretty mild. I think it's like 68 degrees there today.
there's scissors everywhere. I don't know. I don't know where the scissors are, but they should be everywhere. You know, I literally buy scissors almost every time I go to this DIY shop because they're like $1, $2, and you really can never have like too many pairs of scissors laying around. In my lifestyle, it would seem. And I tell you what, constantly looking for scissors seems to be the theme, even though there's fucking scissors everywhere. Everyone's always where's scissors? Where's scissors? It's like, oh, is that what you bought? Oh, what's that for? Oh, where are you going to? Oh, Bangkok. My girlfriend bought a suitcase for her field trip to Bangkok with the university. That sounds so bad.
That's nice.
You shouldn't be going on field trips in university. I don't, but I guess.
As a Thai do, I guess.
Thai University is basically like real high school because the actual high school doesn't teach you fucking shit. And then so yeah, look at this guy. He's got a good collection.
I got scissors. That was just in hand's reach. And there's more.
Yeah, I like that. I like how he's got the two big ones.
Yeah,
like-
these
That's
are good.
mine too. I don't
yeah,
have
that
enough
one's right there.
room.
That's my pick right there.
And I got the chicken masters upstairs too. Yeah, I got scissors everywhere, all different kinds. These are pretty good, man. These actually cut through some stems. They're Harbor Freight. They called scissors though at Harbor Freight. They're cheap and effective for stems, and then yeah, I like the little ones to get into spots too.
Have you tried that canna brush? Speaking of,
Oh, I love that
haven't.
thing. I love
I
that
haven't
thing, dude. I love that brush, man. I'll use one of those brushes over scissors any day. But the thing about that is that you have the water leaf has to be crispy or it doesn't work.
Dry,
It has to be
right?
The weed has to be dry.
Yeah.
Not like dry, turn into a freaking,
Not over dry, yeah.
But yeah, you want that outside a little crispy. I like that personally a lot because it just kind of knocks the leaves off really super easy. It makes trimming.
When
Really?
it's dry like that, I do that with the scissors too, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was doing too. It was just like, oh, here, this will come off, this will come off.
Right.
It's just like a little silicone brush. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I just bought the cheap one from for food, for basting shit. And I know it's not like exactly the same, but I'll tell you what, for like $1 versus like 100.
I bet you if you cut off the bristles halfway, it'd be a little stiffer, right? Maybe.
Hey, that's fucking smart. That's why you're the fucking American one. That's why you're
That's right, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fucking smart.
I think about all this shit.
I'm like, I used to work on computers and shit. So believe it or not, I've always tried to find ways to work away how shit works. But then a guy comes around like you and you're just like, cut that shit, DIY that shit. And I'm just like, what? Mind blown.
Yeah, one of the tips I gave out that I saw a couple people grab up is starting a shit ton of seeds. You ever have them where they pop out of the soil and then the root tip doesn't get buried? So they pop out of the soil almost all the way and die. Have you guys seen that, experienced that? Well, when I have seed ones that's not really, they're on the surface more, I'll just put a piece of paper towel over the fucking thing, wet it down, make sure it stays wet. And that weight will help the seed root get tapped into the ground without drying out and dying. And then you let it go, it'll lift that paper towel right off the ground. You know what I mean? That's when you could definitely take it off and not have to worry about it. Or, you just peek underneath it and whatever.
I'll do it right now. I'm just gonna smoke this right here, and then I'll take the laundry to the laundry room for you. Right there. I just bought that fucking Trimble. And that fucking thing, I was trimming heaps and heaps of shit. And if Canada was here, he seen me go through it the other day. And
what is that, like a tumbler tube or?
It's like
one of them bowls.
bowl.
Yeah, one of them bowls.
Oh,
them Trimbles. Yeah.
They're fucking hydrated. See, look at that. Some people argue, but that's it's got a fucking blade underneath there.
Okay.
Different blades
Yeah.
you can get.
I've used one of those. They're actually really good for doing smalls.
Yeah, that's smalls and even really leafy shit. It's fucking does a good job just hacking off lots of stuff, even just to get you started. If you want to just do a run with it and then pull it out, not do the full way, just get a little bit of bullshit off. It works great. So, yeah. Highly recommend the Trimble if you haven't. If you're doing any type of quantity.
Dirty Grower in chat says 2.5 pound trimmer a day.
That's pretty legendary.
That's pretty legendary. I bet you if I put my mind to it, I could do it, but I could never stay at it that long.
Well, Canada, I've seen it. We did fucking like maybe about that, a kilo, maybe a kilo and a half, but in an hour and a half.
God
You know what I mean?
That's pretty.
That
crazy.
was fucking all with that bowl thing. And yeah. It wasn't I said it didn't do it everything 100%, but fuck me. You want to talk about like cutting down on the labor? It did it.
Yeah, man.
Hey, it's getting kind of late, guys. I'm gonna head out. It was good talking to y'all. I'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
All right, Brandon, you take it easy. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Always
Well,
a
good one,
pleasure.
Brandon. We'll catch you later, boss.
All right, later, guys.
Peace.
So yeah, Poten is still on walkabout, and he's mending to his arm right now, his shoulder.
That is last I heard as well. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I saw he was hanging with Infamous in Canada for a few days, eh?
Yeah, Infamous could probably give us a better update. He just seen him. How's Potent in the shoulder and all that?
Potent was fine. I mean, he's in a sling. He had his homie with him. In a way, I kind of felt a little bad for his homie. Like, he came and he didn't smoke weed, and that kind of blew my mind. And it seemed they went on a little like weedcation, like going and visiting all the different dispensaries around Thailand, you know. So I'm sure they've seen other stuff on the way, but I don't know. That to me probably seemed like it would have been better enjoyed with someone who smoked weed. But he had to go home early. He had to go home early to sign some shit for immigration. So everything was cut short by a couple days. His homie had to wait for his bag for a day. So they were already a day behind, and then they had to like cut it short a day. So yeah. He's actually home right now. I was surprised he wasn't on today, but I guess he's got to catch up with work and shit. Get fucking back on board.
I bet she's killing some males right now. That would be my fear. If I was him, I'd be like, man, some male's gonna go rogue and fuck all my shit up, dude. That would be my worry if I was like in that position. That's about it. Other than that,
I'd be
if a few things die, it don't matter, right? He's got so many plants. A few things die, and you know it's not a big deal. But everything gets pollinated. That's a fuck story.
Yeah, dude, or you come back and everything's just covered in aphids or spider mites or some shit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that could be just as bad, if not worse, right?
You can take the laundry to the.
But he's got good SOPs and he's got good help there. So
laundry. Sorry, guys. I gotta get these guys on board here.
Yeah, man. So tell me what you miss. What do you miss? What do you look back on and back from the day? Because I know you've been around for a while, American One. What do you miss from back in the day? Like for flavors or is it, what are you most nostalgic about?
I don't know. Well, now everything's just so easy. Like back in the day, I went through bag seed that I didn't even know where the shit came from, you know? And there was some killer freaking shit in there. I remember one, I called it number 15 because I guess he was like number 15 out of the batch or whatever. And the shit was like velvet. Resin was all over the fucking thing. Yeah, I definitely lost like 3 that I remember that were killer. one somebody actually brought me. I don't even remember now who it was, but they called it Shiver Skunk, and that shit was legit. They brought me a clone way back, and that shit was just legit. I lost that one.
Me, it was I lost my G13 hash plant, and it was the breeder's cut. Like it was legit and one of the best ones I've ever had. Like
yeah, well, I think that's still around. People still have that.
Oh yeah, people still have it.
You know, yeah. So that's you get it.
I don't think it's quite as loud as it used to be though, but
right.
I think a lot of them have lost a little power, but
well, yeah, or if they're mislabeled by now, who the fuck knows too, you know? It's always an issue. But yeah, I think like Miss Jill has a cut of it, which is probably legit from the beginning, you know?
Yeah, I would expect so.
Sorry, guys. I just had to give these kids some labor work, and I'm going Mr. Miyagi with the teaching of the fucking what's going on. So I'm making them do like bullshit. Like right now, they got to go out and like wash and scrub all the fucking fabric pots, get that shit clean, wash all the other pots, organize all the pots and shit. Fucking slowly but surely learn your way. Little bit of work in the growing room every day, you know, not too much. You know, that's the treat.
There you go. Keep them in line.
Trying. Show them shit, let them like enjoy shit, let them do garden work all day, but like put in the pace. The other day I had them like just pick seeds and shit, you know what I mean, for 8 hours. That's fucking,
yeah,
you know, needs to be done, you know, and fucking, so yeah, I don't know. That's me. That's life. Where did Kanatai go? Did he just bounce out?
I'm not sure. Yeah, he just kind of disappeared out of the feed. I don't know if his battery went dead or what.
Battery. So what are you smoking on right now? What's everyone smoking on? I see you got your juice box going on.
Oh, you know me with the juice box. This was unlabeled jar because I probably unlabeled plant and didn't even know. So that's the story of my life.
People spend too much time worrying about labels and names. They change, the name ends up changing so fast and so many times. By the time it gets from the grower to the customer, in most chances, it's fucking jokes. You know? What do you mean you didn't want to buy OG Kush? Well, I've got this fucking other stuff here for you. The fucking Skittle.
Good.
What
I
do
thought
you
you were
want?
gonna be mad that I sold that and I got the sour.
You got to ask them what
Everybody's
they
got
want.
a weird name, dude. Especially
Whatever
in
they
Canada,
want is
where...
what's in that next bag. That's how you guys work it.
Oh, I see.
No,
I know. Where is it? Is it like in Michigan or somewhere in the States? You're only allowed to have like 5 strains in your facility. But oftentimes they change the strains, but everything's got to go under the same name. So it's like this batch of fucking whatever was fire. You know, you got to get the batch number, not the fucking the strains and shit, because fucking everything's got to. So
yeah, man.
That makes sense. And that's how they get around it. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be in the know, though. For the average person who just walks in, you're not going to know that shit. You know, what is every time I get the fucking wedding cake, it's different, you know?
Well, the Canadian system's completely screwed up here where they closed it off and don't allow anything new in since. So like they're just
that was weird.
They're just stuck with the same stuff. There's no changing. What you have is what you have.
Yeah, that's so stupid, you know? Like that fucking chocolate fucking, what is it? That chocolate strain something. I remember when it first came in, like, what a great name. It's like double chocolate souffle or some bullshit. And then it's like the fucking dirtiest, shittiest strain ever produced. It's like, and it's gotten to the point where like brands like Houseplant, it's just fucking sativa, indica. You know what I mean? They don't even
Yeah.
fucking put the names on it anymore. It's fucking bullshit.
Probably almost better in a way. If you know, some of the names they probably just can't put on.
Yeah.
You know, cokehead slut and
Green crack, even. Who's gonna put that on a package to like?
well,
Sell the
you know the original story of that one. That one's actually had a less popular name. That was actually called Pincer Creek. Was actually the name of that strain originally, and it was when it was taken down to the States by bikers. It got renamed to green crack.
Huh. I always thought like Snoop Dogg named it green crack.
Maybe he did.
I don't know.
But I know the original. I read it in it was a what the fuck is that? It was Michael Bacchus's book. It was the medical cannabis. But it was in there. It was in the story of the strain, that he had a bunch of stories of the strains in there. And that was apparently that's where green crack originated from. Apparently it was called Pincer Creek. It was passed around by a bunch of local growers up in Pincer Creek, and then it got taken down to the States, but because it was just such fire. But
Pincer Creek crack. There's a lot of like Canadian strains named after the community. Pincer Creek, fucking Lindsay, Texada Time Warp, fucking.
I've grown a lot of Texada Time Warp because it's a fucking hardy
That's the
strain
shit.
that grows outdoors, man. I used to be able to make that happen in some places. I made a couple good crops of that in PEI.
Huh? Money in the bag. Huh? Oh, wow, that's a big haul. Bonding coins. I'm rich. I got like $4 in coins. So what are y'all smoking on? Did I ask that already?
Yeah, well, you kind of did, but I don't really know what I'm smoking right now.
Oh yeah,
It's
you said
fucking good.
mystery jar. You got the mystery jar. An
Mystery
American
jar.
one didn't answer.
I imagine it's the Amy.
No, I'm smoking on that Timer by Blueberry
Oh
bong
shit.
rips. Not directly. Right now I'm speaking to you guys, but I'm gonna go grab it right now.
Isn't it crazy how blueberry really stood the test of time? Like blueberry is still going strong. And it really was one of like the first flavors, blueberry.
Everything seems to have been crossed to blueberry. Like
dude, back in, I'd have to look, but I think it was 2008. I brought out clones to the woods, and had the real DJ Shaw blueberry, and I had 60 plants out there. 2 of them got hit with termites, which was bizarro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I got rid of those. So I ended up like 58 females that I harvested, and it was, the blueberry was fucking the best. It was the best plant. And I had seeds from Mark Emery direct, and there was a hash plant by White Widow by hash plant, or vice versa. I forget now. But that shit was knock you on your ass. Like if you smoked a joint of it, you were gonna take a nap pretty much. It was unbelievable how potent an sleeper that one was. But the blueberry tasted the best, lasted the best. It was like, I just kept going back to that. Yeah.
Fuck, you ever been to that Mark Emery's BCMP?
I sure
No,
have. I
I haven't.
Dude, that place used to be so sketchy. Back in the day, in like
that
2003,
that neighborhood
So
is so
sketchy,
fucking.
says.
dude, it used to be so fun. You'd go down there and you'd spend $5 a head, and they had the volcano down there. Okay.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
volcano set up with basically like a shower curtain they would wrap around you in the back of the shop. So you and your homies would go like, all right, let's go fucking smoke downtown. You'd go down there, spend $5 each. They'd bring you to the back of the shop, like be sitting in the shop smoking with like a fucking shower curtain around you. You know what I mean? Just
No
cracking
one
the
could see it, yeah.
volcano. Dude, that was fucking stupid. Now there's a full lounge and shit upstairs, but like way back, it was funny how like, dude, even now being on a fucking podcast talking about weed and shit is like crazy to think about it.
I always like the mural that they made of Bob Marley out of all the roaches there. That was sick.
Dude, the fucking they got Cheech and Chong's like weed guitar down there and shit. Fucking the Mark Emery pinball machine. They've got like some cool. You walk up the stairs and it's all the articles about prohibition and weed that's been cut out of newspapers throughout the years and shit. Like all you know what I'm saying. That shit was fucking cool. Now they've got fucking an arcade there called High Score with like a dab bar where you can like fucking play Super Nintendo and NES, and some hot chick like sets dabs up for you for $5 a glob. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, good times. Good times.
Man, I was gonna say blueberry always used to give me every time I grow it, it give me it'd be one of those ones that I'd reach into it and then I'd just get the rash after. Like it gave me that
Really?
one always gave me the plant rash. Yeah. Especially blueberry. But I still loved it. Still love to smoke it.
Oh, dude, that
Never
yeah.
actually noticed if certain plants give me the rash, but I get plant rash really bad.
Yeah.
I don't get no rash ever.
Certain plants, like some plants I don't get it from at all, and other plants I'm just like just red.
Sometimes the resin is so sticky, it's like there's a tape on your arm and it feels weird, but that's not a rash. But I will say that that year, those blueberry plants, the spider mites were only on those, man. I like the plants that the spider mites like, I found. Because like those were the only ones. And I brought beneficial bugs out there and they did it, man. It worked. And yeah, I still remember I had like my whole house. Like I had 3 rooms with shit hanging. And my boss at the time came over and he gets to the top. He's like, yo, he goes, I could smell the shit from the street. And I'm like, well, there's nothing I could do about it. I didn't have any charcoal filters back then. I didn't even I'm a dumbass. But knock on wood, my fucking green goddess is watching over me my whole entire life. It came close like twice.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
no issues. Yeah. Knock on wood.
I had a couple knocks on the door, but like I didn't let anybody in. I didn't even open the door.
That's the key, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like nobody.
I remember one of the first times I was growing here in Thailand, allegedly, before it all went legal. And I was putting shit in the back. I remember just putting like the plants outside, and they were just autos I had certainly just found on the ground, but came from Canada, apparently in a pair of jogging pants. But they were like this big, and they were like just really starting to take off. So fucking excited. I go inside. I'm just putting them in the back of the house to be in the sun, right? Very like brazen move. I go inside. I look outside, and there's cops like peeking through my gate. I'm like, oh God. So I run back, pull all my plants out, throw them into the tall grass, go out, say hi to them. They're like, oh, we're looking for this person for a passport check. And it was the old tenant of the house. Hadn't changed his address. And they were like, oh, he doesn't live here. Sorry, see you later. And I was like, fuck. Went out, tried to get the plants and repot them, and fucking didn't happen.
The worst and the closest for me was were you here the night that I talked about the bag that exploded in front of the cop station full of weed?
No.
Okay, I'll tell it again. All right, so like this is what really early in my growing career, and I was guerrilla growing outdoors, and I pulled off a fairly large crop. What I thought was like a monster crop at the time. It was only like 4 or 5 pounds, maybe 6 pounds, right? Anyways, we bring all this back, and I harvest it all. I get it all brought back to my. I'm living in a basement suite, and I get it brought back to my fucking basement suite, and it's right beside like my parents had bought a store, and it's right beside their store, right? So I brought all my buddies over and got scissors, and they're all trimming up. We're all trimming up stuff, hey. And my parents are right religious, like they like super religious, like they think that like basically marijuana is heroin to them. But anyways, they're like
Are you a Mennonite? Are you a Mennonite?
no.
You are.
No.
I know. I can sense it.
No.
Mennonites are the crazy Amish wannabes, right?
Yeah, something like that. There's something like that. We have Hutterites up here too, but
Yeah, Hutterite, that's the one.
yeah, no, I'm not, definitely not. But and so anyways, so I get this crop cleaned up, and and we decide that we want to go like we're gonna go dry some out fast in this old oven that was at another spot. And we dried it out, and we took which was terrible idea. I mean, the smoke came out terrible. We choked our asses out on it, but we got high, and it served the purpose. And we were coming back to my place and about to walk down my stairs, and I see my old man's car rip off. And I come back down, and we all walk downstairs, and all the weed is gone. And we had been putting it into like cardboard bags and boxes for like the cure. And I go open the cupboard that we'd putting all the boxes in, and they're all gone. And I'm like, oh shit. So we friggin right then I clue in, like something happened, and my dad came down in my place looking for me, found all this weed, and I know what he's doing. He's actually going to turn me in. But I know the police station that he's going to is actually closed, and I know he doesn't know that. Because it closed every day at 5 p.m. and then there was only one officer in there, and then the rest were out on patrol. And the one guy in there wasn't allowed to answer the door for safety reasons, right? So I know where my dad's taking it, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna worked all fucking summer. I'm not losing this crop. I like need my weed back. So like me and my buddy get in my car, and we chase after him. So like we're flying, and we're getting up to where the cop shop is, and I'm like, I don't see his car, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't see him. He fucking must have went somewhere else. He must have went downtown to fucking to the bigger cop station, which would have been open. And I'm like, but then right then I see him turn out of the traffic like 5 cars in front of me and turn into the loop for the cop station. And I'm like, perfect, there he is. And he gets out of the car, he doesn't see us, and he runs up to the fucking buzzer, and he starts pressing the buzzer. And fucking me and my buddy hop out, and we start running over to steal the weed out of his car, right? So we start grabbing these big black garbage bags that he's put it all into, right? And there's like I grabbed 2 of them, and I fucking chucked them into my car, into the back seat of my car. And fucking my buddy goes over, and he's grabbing another 2 out. And fucking my old man comes over and he's like, no, you fucking do it. And he fucking grabs him and he just fucking rips the bags. And like, dude, like weed just fucking like, and I'm talking like 2-3 pounds of just like fucking huge, like donkey dick colas just fly everywhere and land on the fucking thing. And my old man just turns around and he goes back and he hits the intercom and he's like, come quick, come. He said, come get them. And like we're just grabbing the weed off of the fucking ground and fucking hucking it into the fucking backseat of the car. And I'm like, yo, let's go. We got to get out of here. So we fucking, we like fucking rip off. And yeah, I ended up having to stash the weed and we put it into a tent to fucking dry it out. And some of it in a tent and some of it in an old car. And like, man, I like literally moved provinces like within 3 days. I was like, all right, well, I'm going back to Alberta.
Yo, you gotta learn how to
Fuck
lock
that.
doors,
That sounds
Wes.
sketchy. Fuck.
You gotta learn how to lock them doors, Wes.
I know, man. I know. Fuck. Yeah, I know.
That's one thing. Listen, like we moved into this place and he gave us the keys. He's like, yeah, I got the keys in case it's emergency, whatever. We don't tell him, but I changed every time I go any place. I change every lock in the place.
I should be as smart as you. But I'm not.
Well, yeah, that's like, yeah.
Yeah, that was the closest I ever got to getting caught.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, and then
I
was sure but you know what? They never even called me in over that.
I had a knock on the door at my other place, and it was the cops, and they're like, yeah, we have a search warrant for this kid. I'm like, the kid don't live here no more. And I guess they knew that too, I guess, but they were, and then they're like, man, it smells heavy like marijuana. And I'm like, really? I don't smell anything. Like, no, man, really, a lot. He's like, you can tell us if you just smoked a joint. I mean, we're not going to do anything. Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't smell anything. Maybe it's a guy next door or something. So I had like a little, it was a garage. I had a grow room in the garage. And the garage had a side door where like there was like, what do they call? I forget what they call it. There's like a walkway where it's like, it's outside, but it's connected to the house. The garage is connected to the house. There's like in between is like open air, like what I mean?
Yeah.
So that garage door was actually open, and the room was right inside the garage door. And they're like, "Yeah, man, we smell weed." And I'm like, "I don't know, man." I'm like, "What are you growing it in there?" I'm like, "No, because there was house plant."
I would have been like, I see. I would have been like, I think one of my neighbors is, man, because I've been smelling it all the time around here.
Well, that was the other incident I had, but yeah. So the guy I think they may even went and looked in there, but I had the door shut on the other room that was inside the garage. But yeah, they hung out for a while. Like, what? To give us, like, show us some respect. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, let us take a look. I'm like, no. And then I'm like, listen, I'll move the curtain away.
Show us some respect.
I'll move the curtain away so you can see it's just a house plant. Because they were like, we see a plant in there. It's a marijuana plant. I'm like, I'll move the curtain so you can see that. And then you guys can just move along. So I did that. I moved it. Like, see, it's just a freaking spider plant or whatever it was. The chick had one in there. And then I was like, all right, goodbye. But like after that, for like a week, I was waiting for the return visit, but it never came. Thank God. And then the other second closest, man, I had like, I don't know if it was a quarter pound. I think I had a quarter pound and two other ounces in my backpack. And I was driving. And me being the dumbass that I am, there was like construction, or I don't even know what it was. It was a freaking slowdown. But they had the HOV lane. So I'm like, the scofflaw I am driving. I'm just fucking crossed over all the lanes, went into the HOV lane until it passed, and then I went back in. The cop pulled me over, And man, it reeked. And he's like, when he opened to give me a ticket, he's like, man, this vehicle reeks like marijuana. And again, I'm like, I don't smell anything. I'm like, maybe it's someone on the other side of that fence over there or something. And like, that was one of the incidents where I could say, man, like, white privilege. That's where I experienced right there. I think it was white privilege, because that guy easily could have said, you know, whatever, we're getting the door.
Step out of the vehicle.
Yeah, dude.
Whoop, whoop. The police.
It was flagrantly and blatantly. The guy could definitely had me, you know what I mean? Because there was no way that, yeah. And then my backpack was right next to me. It was like easily, yeah, all that easy. So, but he didn't he gave me a ticket for crossing over the HOV barrier, and that was it. And then one other incident where I went to a Pink Floyd show, me and this chick, and I had an extra ticket. And I was just like, fuck it, you know, like, I'm going to see if I can sell this ticket. So I was just selling it for face value, because I'm not a scalper, but just by chance, New York City cracking down on scalpers that particular day, dude. So the guy pulls me in, and they drag you around the corner to this van where they process you, you know, because they don't want to see it. They don't want to show all the other scalpers that they get busted. So they bring you around the block. So the guy gives me a ticket for, you know, whatever the charge was. And as he's like releasing me, he's like, and yeah, just be glad I didn't search you for that marijuana you got on it, because you reek, buddy. And I was like, thank you, goodbye. And then like, that ticket got dismissed. Another ticket, I forget what it was. I got like 3 tickets that just got dismissed for some reason. I don't know, knock on wood, thank the heavens above. I didn't have to go into the city and pay it, or pay it at all online, whatever. But yeah, those are like the 3 close calls that I could have definitely had less fun than I did. Yeah. So, but yeah, knowing your rights, like I for a spell, I would have been afraid of the cops and shit. But after I went to California once, and I forget what class it was. But they were like, yeah, know your rights, and you just tell them, go fuck off, man. You have no search warrant. You ain't coming in my house, and I don't want to talk to you. Get out of here. And if that's the case, they don't have a search warrant, and there's no emergency call in the house. That's where they could enter. Yeah. That's bullshit. So
I had a buddy go out and fake a heart attack on the front lawn, trying to stop them from going in, because his crazy ex-girlfriend on her way out the door had just dialed the fucking 3 numbers and walked.
That's fucking.
Oh, did it work?
It did, but they fucking ended up going in anyways. They say the cops are like, we still have to do a walkthrough, and friggin' no, he got caught, but he got off pretty easy. They didn't do much to him. They just kind of gave him a big old warning and took all his fucking lights and shit.
You know, and that was the other problem. So listen to me, like, this has been my existence since I got out of high school, is growing weed. That's all I did, and will do till the day I die. But there was a time where like the guy who had 99 plants in a sump in like somewhere near me, and I was trying to follow the story. There's always the story in the paper about the bust, but there's never the follow-up story on what these people get charged with. I couldn't find it anywhere. I think I tried fucking calling the guy himself, you know, the name from the guy who got busted. I couldn't find out. So like, if that, like, I don't know where, I really don't know. And where at certain points where the line was and how much I could get away with. So I was always operating scared, and I never was greedy. I always did pretty low.
I did low.
You know, I never went crazy. I should have. That 60 plants outside was the craziest I ever did. And that was crazy because I had to like, I would drive the car there with supplies and shit, run it into the woods, and then take my motorcycle, which I could drive into the woods and not leave it out on the road. You know, no one would even know I'm in there. But harvesting it was a pain in the ass, dude, because it was quite a bit. And I'd have to go there, then I would put it in blue totes, bring it near to the road area, and then I'd have to drive the car and pick up the totes, put them in the car, you know, and drive them back to my house. And that was like the most vulnerable I ever felt, was having all that shit in the car driving back.
My favorite one for, like, I used to take a fishing pole every now and then with me, but my favorite one was take my dog and 2 leashes. And so we're looking for the other dog that ran away.
Yeah, that's a good one. I thought about
And then
getting
like it
binoculars and-
explains why you're back there again a couple weeks later. You're like, oh, I'm still looking for that dog.
I thought about bringing binoculars and an Audubon book, you know, the bird watching book. Yeah, I'm just a bird watcher. I'm trying to find the freaking American sparrow. I need a picture of it to put in my whatever.
That's pretty good.
There was a movie about that, and it was the worst movie ever. What the fuck was that? It was like a bird watching movie.
The Audubon Society. I'm a member for 20 years. But yeah, you know, there's no one out there. Oh, the one time I did experience someone out there, I was walking back, and that was when I had my motorcycle in the woods in the path, you know, like on the side. And these dudes, because there's hunting in there in the wintertime. And eventually, I think that's who found my little spot, because it did get found eventually. But when I was coming out, they're like, well, yeah, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm scouting. They're like, you see anything? I'm like, nah, I see a lot of, you know, because they were asking if I seen any deers. I see deer droppings. I only saw deers in there once. Then they were like 6 of them running away from me. They looked like bunny rabbit tails. Just all I see was their tails popping up and down. But yeah, that was like another excuse, you know, you're scouting out a spot or getting, basically scouting out a hunting spot. You can tell. But yeah, I had that patch was like half a mile in the woods. And one time in the springtime, I went there with a bale of Pro Mix on my shoulder. And when I got there, like the fence I had up was gone. I had this like little this beige tote that kind of like matched the color of the leaves. That was gone. I just turned around and I never went back.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't walk the same way into my patch. I'd walk on top of logs and shit as much as I could, but then I wouldn't walk the same path for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, there wasn't a real path. I could almost hardly find that spot. Thank God GPS came out eventually, because I got turned around in there once, dude. I was like walking stupid for like 2 hours before I realized where I was and shit. But that was like the only patch near me that was that big. That wasn't, it was, I don't know what it was. It wasn't like a real federal or state park. It was just a preserve. So there was no rangers riding through there. Nobody was in there except for hunters when they had hunting season. That was bows. They only shoot with bows in there because they're so close to people. I guess they don't want them shooting off guns. But yeah.
It's a real challenge to fucking shoot a deer and shoot with the bows.
I would imagine.
That's the only way I hunt, boys. That's the only way I hunt. But mind you, I stopped liking killing shit a while back. But
just maim them now. You just shoot them in the leg. You're like,
now I just go target practice with my bow is really all I ever do.
Yeah, I don't want to be following a blood trail for miles. That doesn't sound like fun, right?
Man, that's what I do. All I do is hike in the bush all through is all I do all day at work. So like that's all right. I can hang with that. I'll chase it.
What do you do for work, Wes?
I'm a surveyor. I'm like a land surveyor.
All right, so you walk through the thick of it anyway. Yeah. If I was gonna say, if it was like, because there was paths in these patch of woods that I was, but I was walking like a half a mile on the real path and then go like, quarter of a mile off the real path. And I keep like, now that's a different world, man. But yeah, back in the day, if it was work to get to your patch, the thieves wouldn't get at it because it was work to get there. That was like my motto.
I never had one patch. I always had like 6 patches. Like I always had like a bunch. Like I always planned to have one stolen.
One robbed, one eaten by the animals.
I'd always have extras. I'd have shit I couldn't even take down because I didn't know where to put it. Like,
oh well, that's a good problem. But yeah, I had a couple, and I had a couple that got robbed for sure. And there's one I remember when we were young, man, that we found a male, and I uprooted it and I threw it. I just threw it into the woods. damn if it didn't fucking survive and pollinate the fucking other plants that were there. Yeah,
No way. That's
yeah,
fucking
dude.
badass luck right there.
Yeah,
That's karma for not fucking calling it properly. You
yeah,
gotta
that
double
dude.
tap that shit.
I learned my lesson,
Oh,
dude.
man.
I learned
Two
my
in the head,
lesson.
two in the two in the chest, two in the head. You don't fuck around, man.
That's it.
Hey, it must have been good
Zombie
seeds though,
land.
good vigor on that fucking male. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Yeah.
exactly.
I was too young and stupid to fucking realize, man, all the seeds I had over the years, I'm a dumbass.
Oh, now, yeah. If you had, oh, dude, if I had all the sativas I got in Antigua that would come through from fucking, oh man, like I can't even imagine. Some of that shit was fucking banging. Some of it was terrible, but
My dad, he's always kept all the seeds. It's so funny, forever and ever. But here's the
No way.
catch 22. He just puts them all in one bag. So he's got a giant fucking bag of seeds of fucking everything. Bag
So-
seeds from friends, fucking seeds that he's made, whatever.
How many
All
are
goes
you
in the
growing?
bag. Yeah, fucking, that's my dad. But he's all when he goes to grow shit, and we talk about buying seeds. Me and my brother were like, "Oh, I just bought a pack of seeds for like $100." He's like, 5 seeds for 100. I would have sold you like 100 seeds for
100 seeds,
100. Yeah,
Does he
well, we don't
grow
know
this
what the
shit,
fuck
dude?
that shit is.
Dude, there could be gold in them there seeds.
There definitely could, and that's like what he gets on with. It's like there could be gold, but you can't go digging through that shit. There's just so much to dig through, you know. Yeah.
You know,
There's
I
work
heard the
there.
story. My one buddy, he did the buying of the storage units when they have the storage unit auction bullshit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have a dream that I'm gonna find one with a surfboard and then a whole bunch of seeds in there that are the killer
Imagine.
seeds. Yeah, not that I'm going to go into any storage auctions, but I think like that could be a source of you know,
Some dang seeds.
yeah, think about it, you know, some dude fucking has a collection.
I have an uncle that I figured out after because he grew this crop of corn and then never really harvested the corn. And like we were never allowed to go into the middle of the corn. So like I'm pretty positive I know what an uncle had going on over there. So like he might turn up someone some old stock or something like that for me. I could see that happening.
But at this point, if someone really had like some special seeds from the 70s, what are the odds they're gonna freaking crack and grow, you know? I guess one could do some sort of embryo salvage tissue culture procedure and perhaps have way better chances, but that would
Go
cost
some mad
money.
scientist shit on that.
Yeah. But
Bro,
you
it
know,
blows me away, like all this shit now, like tissue culture and all the advancements and shit, dude. It's fucking blows my mind. What's the one now where it's like they can like clone the embryo and shit, and like take a clone and put it into a fucking seed, so you're guaranteed to get
yeah,
that
synthetic
cut.
seeds.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
They can make
That blows me.
a seed with just a grain of pollen even now.
What?
Yeah, apparently that's enough.
But it would be male. No?
Well, no, I think it could be either or.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's like a regular seed.
Yeah, but if it's just a grain of pollen, it's only going to have DA material from the dad.
From the one, yep. From
So
the
that
one,
would have to
it wasn't not necessarily the dad. It could have been it could be a reverse female.
Oh, now you see.
And then
It opens up
wouldn't it
all
just be
sorts of
female?
possibilities. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. Would that just be female then? Because
I believe it'd
only
be
came-
kind of like an S1, but I'm not sure.
wow.
An A1, an alien fucking alien one. Alien test tube. I don't know. I'm stoned. making hash balls.
What you never told? Yeah, well, I guess you told us you're smoking fucking hash. What's the hash made of?
Just trim
Resin
from
glands.
the Trimble. Just a bunch of trim from the outdoor I had.
So
I don't know if you
That
remember
your
those
garlic,
giant.
your black garlic there, or what was
No,
it?
black
So a whole
garlic.
bunch of
Yeah, the
different-
black garlic. Yeah, they'll be in there. The black garlic will be in here for sure. So there'll be some tasty nuggets in here. Still some of the best seeds I've ever grown, Jordan of the Island. That motherfucker knocks it out. Can walk to the black gelato I got from him right now is absolutely a winner. You got a
Did you
chance
do
to
some of
grab
the-
them.
Godbud crosses?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch. The God's Slurricane, the God Water, the God's Candy.
See, that's all new shit. Cause my buddy, I don't know. Well, I told the story. Like the lady where I was living, she sold the house. So I put all my plants outside that summer. And my one buddy who was my pot buddy, I told him, come on, man, just take a couple of these plants and just keep them alive for me till I get a new spot. He wouldn't do it for me, motherfucker. And I think he felt guilty. So when I finally got into a new spot, he just started buying me all sorts of seeds from all over the place. And he got a whole bunch. I got Godbud by Blueberry, God AK-47. I forget what else, but they weren't. He's got like a new lineup because he like dropped off for a while, I guess, when Instagram was being dicks about weed and shit. But anyway, all that shit, bro. I liked it all, but it's like a deceiving plant because they're short and stout, but the leaves are so fat, and they're like turgid. Turgid, is that the word? They stand up even when they're dry. They'll be dry as a motherfucker, and the leaves will still be standing upright.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it deceives me. It deceived me a long time, like a whole bunch of times. I'm like, oh shit, this thing's dry. Holy fuck.
Yeah, fucking.
But good. It's always good smoke, worth smoking, worth growing. And I haven't had any intersex issues with his stuff. That's my one super pet peeve. I hate hermaphrodites.
Yep.
You got any seed projects in the works right now? Anything sick happening coming up?
Yeah, I just did that run, like I was saying. Oh, you weren't here yet. I did to two new ones. I put some of that cheesequake pollen on a chocolate tie that wasn't chocolate at all, but it is good weed though, but it didn't have any chocolate flavor.
Maybe it's one of those recessive genes that shows up every second generation.
You know,
so
I was
you'll get it
thinking
now.
maybe with this cheesequake hitting it, and yeah, maybe it'll pull out, maybe it'll come out on its own, whatever it does, maybe it'll work and it'll be worth like making a shit ton of those. But yeah, I'm slowly learning. And so I have that I'm going to try. I have this Romberry that I hit with the cheesequake that I'm going to try, and the Time Wreck that I hit with the cheesequake that I'm going to try. And the Time Wreck by Cheesequake are going to be just gifting away like 3 packs or 6 packs, whatever, because in honor of Subcool, in the memory of Subcool, because yeah, that Time Wreck. So, and the Time Wreck by Blueberry that I created, I did a bunch, and over half of them had the best fucking like blueberry scone kind of smell flavor on it, and the one just got me high. So fucking yeah, good. I'm gonna make. That's why I have this tote full of them here. I'm gonna find a male to keep, and I'm gonna find that female match, because like I did. What did I do? It's 2, 4, 6. I think I ended up with like 16 females, 12 or 16 females, and like half of them had that super duper great flavor and smell, but only one of them had that really got you stupid fucking stoned. But hopefully I can find that, and yeah, I'm gonna make more of those. I'm gonna F1 them, F2, whatever. I'm gonna F them and try and get that flavor and shit locked in. And yeah, that's pretty much it right now. And the Sensi Star by Roadkill Skunk, I got 2 males and 1 female. And if that's any kind of legitness, I'm gonna do that. And like, yeah, these are all plans in the future. Do not hold me to these words because probably none of that shit will ever happen. But I have my Amy's mom. I'm going to try and reverse that and make some Amy's mom scissor work and have some of that original, what I call it proprietary. I don't even know what it is. That's why I call it that. Not because it's really proprietary. It's just bag seed that I don't know what it is. So, but that I kept it. That's a killer female. And yeah, I would love to share it with people if I could get it to reverse and hit it on itself.
Have you done much reversal work and stuff in the past?
Never yet. This would be my first attempt. I'm not a big fan, but that's the one that's only a girl. So
That's what people want these days.
and yeah, that's all they want is femmes, and half of the world wants only autos too. They want femme autos.
I feel that.
So yeah, if I reverse, I'm gonna hit everything with that chick. But my main goal is to hit herself. But yeah, because of the novelty of the femme, and yeah, like the females that I keep are worth. I'm sure they'll make a lot of things better. I tell you what, man, it's Time Work by Blueberry. The Blueberry male is from AK Bean Brains, and I misjudged how good that was going to be because the Time Work is kind of like not sweet at all. It's kind of, I can't even explain it. I don't know what the smell is like, but it's not sweet. And I didn't know what kind of cross. Time Wreck is just though my most vigorous plant, easiest to clone. Even if you fuck up the grow, the weed that comes out is killer every fucking time. So like a couple times the plant ended up yellowed out, fucking measly budded, whatever. Shit was still killer weed to smoke. And when she's happy, it's just a lot more of the killer weed that's killer to smoke. But yeah, it is more a lot more stinky sometimes than others, but killer plant. So I hit it with that blueberry male, and yeah, it's like blueberry scone, or I don't want to say blueberry muffin. It's a little different. It's not like blueberry muffin sweetness, but it's kind of like the ones blueberry scone I ever ate. It's like blueberry, but not super sweet. It would be kind of like the dark chocolate of chocolate, but in blueberry flavor, but it's killer. So yeah.
Blueberry chocolate scones.
No, there's no chocolate, but that would be good.
Yeah,
Fucking, that's a hype name for your blueberry
That
chocolate
is
scones. I like that.
dude. That is a hype name. I want to buy some right now. Can I get some?
Yeah, I do. I have them right now available.
There you go.
Models.
Femores.
Fuck.
I don't know what's worse. Scammers that take your money and don't send you seeds, or scammers that you send them money and they send you seeds that are bunk seeds. I think I'd rather get no seeds. Yeah, I'd rather get no seeds. I'd rather just get that way.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is a lot of time
just
invested.
Clicked in my head. Yeah, it just clicked in my head. Now I'm only like,
then
fuck
you
you. I'm
spend all
gonna
the
make you work
time,
for it. Yeah. Yeah, shit. Even when I was giving out my first seeds away for free, so I could get like tested, have people tested for me, I was like nervous to do that. Because, yeah, my second grow ever, I had a herm that pollinated my entire fucking crop, and I didn't even know that was a thing back then.
Ouch.
You're just blaming the neighbors for a fucking mail.
Dude, no, because like, yeah, it was in the basement. There was no, yeah. But you take a chunk that looked like a quarter ounce. After you cleaned out the seeds, dude, it was a bong hit. It was that seeded. It was insanity, man. It was really crazy. It looked so good.
It's happened to all of us, man.
I was a dumb kid, bro. It looked so good. I'm like, wow, look at these chunks. Oh, there's seeds in them. Oh, all right. You know, figure it'd be like fucking brickweed, but no, it was seed through and through, bro. It was wild how many seeds was in that shit.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why that herms, I'm fucking vigilant. I'm crazy about herms. I fucking hate them.
It's not very transgender inclusive.
I don't know. I grew a it was a Rockstar Kush, and I took it way past. I decided to take one way past and see what it did, like, and
That's
and
different.
then I got sent on. Then I got sent away for like 3 days, and I'm like, shit, I should have done something with that thing. And then I came back, and like it had pushed out nanners in that amount of time, and fucking pollinated the whole rest of the room. The whole rest of the room was at the perfect stage at
Oh,
about like 3 weeks, and just pushing pistils everywhere. And I got so many seeds. I got so many seeds. It was so bad. I was so mad at that. I know. I fucking.
But like those stupid late hermies, like
That everything that I've looked into that thing has come out female, but I don't trust them in the least.
well, they're probably females, and if they're gonna herm, it'll probably be like you're saying. If you let it go way too long, they'll pop out those nanners again. But if you chop it proper, probably wouldn't, right? That's what I would think.
I would say, yeah.
I thought that's how they used to make the fem seeds before STS.
Yeah, that's called rotterization.
Right, yeah, rivalization. People were doing that. I don't suggest doing that.
Don't do that. That's not the way to do it. Yeah.
Who used to preach that? Was it Soma?
I think Soma used to. Yeah, I think so.
Or DJ Short, maybe. No, I don't know. But yeah. I had a couple that did that I kept around for a little while, not to use for breeding or anything, but I had one Atomic Northern Lights, I guess from Dr. Atomic. I don't know, but it was from the Canadian something. And that shit was killer. It was like, I call it like clean taste. It was fresh tasting. I can't explain it. And it was good. It got you stoned. It got a good high. But yeah, late, it would shoot out nanners. I have pictures of the bud with the yellow in it, you know? And that OG Kush by Chem Dog D, I had knockoff of from somebody. And I had 2 females, and one did that same thing late throughout nanners. And yeah, nanners are different than outright hermaphrodites. I had outright hermaphrodites too.
Yeah.
Like at every node shot out a big fat football pollen sac.
Yes, I had some from a less than reputable skunk dealer that was hanging around the cannabis community for a while. He seems to have disappeared these days. But I grew some of his, and like everything that I grew of his straight up hermed, like every which way.
And I don't know if you guys ever had this one. I had one with just one branch on the whole female plant. Just one branch was a dude branch.
I usually look for a light leak at that when it's like that. But when
this thing was
the whole plant, it's genetic. Like
it was genetic because it was buried behind. It was buried behind the shit, dude. That's why I didn't know about it. And then and I knew it had sterile pollen because when I found it, there was pollen. Like you know when you see pollen drop on a leaf, it makes it white or yellow or whatever. There was pollen all up in there back there, and there was not one seed growing. So that thing must have been like sterile pollen. And I'm not crazy. I know what I saw. I know what it was. I was, this was like, I've been doing it a long ass time. And
apparently, the show
really
has
was.
419 subscribers, guys. We're looking for one more subscriber to be 420, so you can be 420.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yes, the honor will be bestowed upon you if you've not yet subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to push us out in the algorithm.
That would be cool. I'm already subscribed.
I'm already subscribed.
Yeah, same. I'm already a subscriber. We need to make a Patreon. and a Discord. A Dat Smoke Show Discord.
We could make a Discord probably. I don't know about it. I don't know. I don't want to
Yeah.
panhandle to any of these people. These people are my friends in chat here. I did.
I'm just joking.
Everyone else has a Patreon. We do it for the love of the game here.
We can make an OnlyFans too.
I only have
I'm
time for my
down for
OnlyFans page. Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say.
exactly.
You know. You know, I didn't realize that OnlyFans pimps were a real thing.
Oh, I didn't
Like-
know that. Man, I
Oh
gotta get
yeah,
some
it's a
hoes.
huge
Yeah.
industry. Yeah. These kids that go and like get the girls and fucking take the videos and actually make the accounts and shit and do all the shit, but the girls just take the photos and the videos and that's it. And they do all the other side shit and they get like huge cuts. But yeah, the fucking OnlyFans pimps is a big hustle right now. A big hustle.
I should get into it, like risky business, man.
Yeah.
I could be the good pimp. I won't backhand you. Good pimp, bad pimp.
Lars says digital pimp slap.
Yeah.
There you
When
go.
you cross country pimping, when you pimping at a bitch 24/7, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta slap a bitch to know exactly what's going on that track.
I'm Wayne Brady, bitch. I gotta go get some money. Yeah,
Shit, I gotta get ready and go soon.
that's what I was just thinking.
All right, boys. Well, you want to call the show there? It's been fucking awesome. Been fun hanging with you guys. How
Yeah,
can everyone get a hold of you, American One?
I'm on YouTube, the American one. I don't have much content there. I say this every time. I'm gonna put
Oh
something
man, I
out
should
sooner or later.
I should subscribe. I think. Am I subscribed to you? I don't know.
I don't know, but like I said, I only have limited content there. But I'm on the IG under the American one _ with _ Keens. And if you type in the American one, hopefully I'll pop up with the little dude with an American top hat on, and that would be me. And yeah, you could hit the DMs there, and yeah, that's how you can find me.
Awesome. Awesome. And you, Infamous, what's the best place for people to get a hold of you?
You can go to Instagram, Infamous Gardens _ Thailand. You can check out all the stuff there. Check out the Linktree link that has the Discord, the YouTube, and all the cool stuff. And yeah, super easy. That's where you start your rabbit hole. And Wes, where do we find all your amazing content?
Man, I have no content, so you find me basically here. And I like to help out over at Potent Show, Growing with Fishes, on Thursdays. We won't no show this week, but there will be content put up. And yeah, you can follow me on anything as Wes Engine. If I'm on it as Wes Engine. Yeah, and hope
Shout out to
everyone,
Potent. I hope he's having a good one.
I hope he's having a good weekend. I hope that arm's getting rested. Yeah.
Right on.
All right.
Alrighty, enjoy the
All right,
rest of your week,
boys.
guys. Until next
Have
time.
a great one, chat.
We are off.